Finally, spring has arrived in Mendocino. It has arrived. I noticed when I went to go feed the horses this morning that the manzanita trees are flowering. And you can, if you're really listening, you can hear the bees buzzing all around these trees. This is manzanita tree. You can see those little pink flowers, maybe even a bee or a bumblebee or two. But these flowers will produce fruit for the smaller mammals because these are considered shrubs, the manzanita, that are also part of the same family as the madrone. And those also do produce berries. And the birds usually eat those because the trees are taller. But the bears, they do love their manzanita tree berries. You can see them in their droppings. So I am now carrying around my air horn just in case. You never know. I mean, all the brown squirrels are now out. They're in the ground, and so they're now out. I've noticed that they're running around everywhere, along now with the gray squirrels. So I'm sure the bears are close behind all that. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's nice to. It's still cold at night, but it's nice to be able to, have some warm days. Open all the windows and the doors, and just let some nice a cool breeze and let it all air out in there. It's really great. So I'm going to take care of some gardening again today, and then I'm going to do some much needed RV stuff. It went from cold this morning to hot now in a matter of minutes. I've just been out here for like 10 minutes and I suddenly, yes, excuse my tank top moment, it's hot. But I have a hat on and I have my sunscreen, if anybody is worried about that. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is sitting at a slope here, as everything else in this piece of property. And instead of making the slope level, I'm just making the area where the pots sit level. So I've already done that to a few here. That's what I'm working on. I'm just digging on one side. Each pot has some old cardboard in it, just to bulk it up a little bit on the bottom, and also so that all the dirt doesn't just come flying out of it. And then I'm going to, whatever dirt I'm digging up is going to go back into the pots. Okay, this is taking a while, so I'm going to keep going. As you can see, my tomato plants are not looking so great. They're a little sad right now. I think maybe too much sun, I don't know. They are so much smaller than the ones at the nursery. This is the only one that's been really good so far. To be fair, I did plant these not too long ago, so let's just keep our fingers crossed that they grow. The good thing about using this particular soil from this site is you can see how there's a lot of like wood ash everywhere. That's because when they took out all the manzanita that were around here and all the other brush, they did big burn piles, and so tomatoes do like a bit of ash. I'll be adding some from our wood stove burnings of the winter that I've had sitting out, and that'll help too. Here's the wood ash that I have, a bucket of it. It's been sitting out in the rain for over a month, so I think it's fine to go into the pots now with the tomatoes. I don't know. I'm not a horticulturist, so I'm just going off what people have told me. Some of these are kind of small. I'm just hoping they survive. This is a variety from, it's an Italian, and I don't know how to say the name, and I'll put it up on the screen. But I had to get them special order, the seeds. It's not a lot of seed companies have them. But yeah, they're very tender right now, and I'm a little worried about them. But I'm going to take extra good care of them. So it has a very long stem, and I'm just going to bury it up to here. I just took off that last little stem. We don't need that. So you bury it deep, it'll create more roots and it'll be more stable in the soil. Okay, all in. It's a lot of tomatoes. For one person, but I will share. Yeah, I ran out of the tomato cages. I'm gonna go pick up 3 more at my brother. That's where I got these. He has them in his horse shed over there. So I'll go pick those up when I go feed the horses tonight. Pick up a few more because I'm gonna need them for my peppers later. I'm going to put the raised bed here, the third and final raised bed here for the peppers. And the peppers do not need to be protected because the critters don't like the peppers. On to the next project. Probably asking yourself why I didn't put this together over here. I know. I didn't want to put it together in the dirt. Probably should have just put it together in the dirt. Here's my leaking issue. It's tight over here with the stairs. I'm pretty sure it's leaking right here because it was some silicone missing. I put some tape down because we are going to get some rain tonight again. So I'm just gonna I want to make sure, double check to make sure that this is the problem and it's not something going on here, down in here. I don't really know. I just want to make sure. You know, maybe it's coming up through there. I don't know. And shooting down and then going through there. I don't know. So that's why I want to double check, make sure that is my problem before I go and take all the silicone off all the way down and then reapply it. Okay, here's where I had the water issue and just feeling under this carpeting thing. And yeah, everything is dry under there, so that was the problem. I just need to fix it after all this rain stops. Rain seems to have stopped for now, so I might have enough time to walk down to feed the horses. Been taking pictures of wildflowers that have been popping up, so hopefully I can find some more along the way. The hummingbirds are happy. Fluttering around everywhere. Oh, guess where I am? Yes, it happened again. Yes, it did. My furnace is out. I'm not sure how much I can take more of this, but yeah, yesterday started getting a little chilly, so I thought I will try what I was told I could do, to have the electric heat on, which is part of the air conditioning unit on the roof, and the gas heater on at the same time. That's supposed to help cut down on propane. Well, it tripped power, and some of the, I don't know, some parts of the RV went out, came back on like a minute later, and the furnace was not working. So I turned everything off. I checked the fuse. Fuse was fine. Turned it back on. I turned just the furnace on, and the fan was on, but there was no heat coming through. So I checked to make sure that the propane was working. Yes, the oven was blue flame, so that was working. Then I went and rebooted the sail switch. There's like a little switch in there you can turn off and then turn back on again. And that seemed to work. The heat started up. Heat was coming blazing out of the back of the, or the side of the RV where it's like the exhaust for the furnace. And so it was hot, and I went inside, and still just no heat, just air. So, yeah, I brought the pets over here to the cabin. We stayed here last night. Quick squirrel moment. This cabin. I have such a hard time with this thing. But it's like cold, but not so freezing cold that you need a ton of heat. So even if I'm playing around with the flue so that I have the wood burner on, but it's not blazing hot in there, it still gets hot. So last night we had the wood stove on and a window open. Oh, my life right now, I swear. Anyway. Yeah, so this morning I went back and to check on everything, and I turned the furnace on, and I started feeling heat coming through into the RV, but it only got up to so far, and then it turned itself off. So it's back to doing that again. I called the repairman and asked him, he's not really sure, so he wants to come out. He's going to come out this week. I asked him, the research that I did, it sounds like it could be the sail switch. It sounds like it could be the circuit board. Could be both. He wasn't really sure. So I asked him, can we just, give me the information so I can order those 2 items and have them overnighted. I know they're kind of readily available. I can overnight them so I'm not doing the 7-week stint over here again. Yeah. At this point, I feel like I need to just delete the whole video that I had last about good news, bad news. Yeah, it's just bad news right now, basically. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'll give you an update as soon as I have an update. For now, we're here, comfortable. No one else is here except for the horses and the hummingbirds. So, yeah. I guess now's a good time to ask that if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it would be helpful. It's free. Just helps get more people to the channel. I have had some reach out from people that I don't even know that have kind of walked me through a couple of things that I've had issues with. And I just thought it's, what a nice community. So it would be nice to, the more subscribers I have, the more it's getting pushed out there. And yeah. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support, your help, your encouragement. We'll just keep going. We're just going to keep going. Bye.